everybody, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Monday, December 18th, 2017. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
Please remember, everyone, you can help support our show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet. In addition, we go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. on Facebook as well as YouTube. And if you got stories you would like us to talk about, please send them to our subreddit, which is iRedditcast, or on any form of social media. Nathan, how are you doing today?
Today I'm doing pretty good. It's been a relatively chill day. I had a nice lunch. I totally spaced and forgot to pay off my a bill that is it's like my gas bill, but I mean it's not too expensive. I just got to remember to do that tomorrow. I mean I have the money for it. I'm actually feeling all right.
Cool.
Not all right enough to buy people fucking Christmas gifts. Do not expect anything besides me being a Christmas gift from me whatsoever.
Understood.
But you know what? I'm a fantastic Christmas gift today.
You know what I realized?
What?
So I got this shirt from the Blood Bank of Alaska. Wrong side of the shirt.
I want to donate blood, but I am goddamn afraid of needles.
I'm sorry. Which this was like one of the worst times that I had to go donate blood because like they had to dig in my arm to find the vein, which they normally don't. That
happens to me every single time on my right arm. They won't believe me when I say they can't draw blood. They'll go for the right arm. They won't be able to draw blood, and they'll have to go to the left arm. It happens to my dad, and it happens to my grandma.
Well, and I'm going to show you the back real quick if I can stand up without wrecking everything. Because on the back is the Grinch, and it says something along the lines of like your heart grows 3 sizes when donating blood saves 3 lives or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to show you real quick. Hang on. Without breaking.
I was going to say, like, if you're donating blood, your heart should probably shrink in size, huh?
In any case, maybe, probably, I don't know. I don't think it would shrink. I think it would just... I don't think it shrinks. In any case, it's a lot more green than it currently looks like on my screens anyway. It kind of looks like an olive green on the video, and it's actually like a deep shamrock green. So I was trying to play with my... with the settings to see if I couldn't get the more vibrant green to come out. And it might just be like my monitors or something. And so I was like, it's got to do something like with the webcam or something like that. And I realized, oh, this is actually the only green shirt I wear. Because I never owned a bright green shirt before. And you know what you can do with green shirts?
Yo, you can do green screen shit with them.
You can do green screen shit with them. And I was like, I might regret wearing this. But you know what? It's too late.
So far, we're fine. Oh.
Well, what I turned on was the thing to be able to turn the green shirt into whatever else you wanted, but I don't have anything to feed over the shirt right now, so it just looks all like crickety-crackety.
Just put my feed over it.
Your feet?
No, my feed from Skype. Put it over it.
I don't know.
So how. That my face would be on your shirt at all times.
Like I don't actually know enough how right now.
Oh. Yo, after the show, you need to remind me to get some fucking some editing software because I need to stop being a bitch.
You need to stop being a bitch, Nathan.
Hey, I don't need that shit from you.
Oh, but you just told me to remind you.
Yeah.
We only have 5 topics today, and that's mostly because the news is pretty slow because it's Christmas time. But the other thing is...
That's all right. 5 topics is nice.
Well, and we forgot to talk about it on episode 400, which was the celebration episode that we did on Thursday. It was a AMA and Ask Me Anything. We spent an hour and a half answering questions and doing terrible raps. But with that, we also wanted to bring something to everyone's attention. To realize chat is not loading for me. Is there people in chat right now?
Yo, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Well, okay, so I got hi guys from Sherry Wood, which is my mom. I got hey guys from Kathleen Simonson, which is my sister. And then I got, cool, good job from my mom. And then Vivi is like, haha, no, his feet.
I don't have a picture of your feet, Nathan. I'm sure you have lots of them because of your
I
fetishes.
do not.
Why are you smiling like a derp?
I don't have pictures of my own feet.
Just tons of other people's feet?
Yo, I had a friend of ours, he's fairly close, at least to me. I had a good friend of ours ask me if my feet thing was really only just women, because he had pictures prepared
of his feet.
Yeah,
how'd that
which
go?
Was good on him, but like didn't really do anything.
Did he want to know if his foot pictures were good or not?
Well, they were some quality like angles and everything looked great, but like I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me.
In any case, the other thing we wanted to talk about on
That's not true. He just sent me a face pic. He didn't send me his feet because I told him not to.
Oh, well, why you gotta lie like that?
I don't know, because it was funny at the time discussing feet.
One of those clicks, man.
Whatever.
In any case, the other thing we were going to talk about on episode 400 was discussing a move towards moving more heavily towards only running 5 topics instead of our usual 10, which I realize we've just continuously cut down on topics because we started originally with 20, but we had a lot of pictures and very short things, and we chopped it down to 10 with only news topics, and now we're mentioning chopping it down to 5. And the reason behind the thought, and we're going to be testing it out probably while news is slow across the holidays right now, is because when there are 10 topics, our goal is to have a show not exceed 1 hour, with our actual target time being 45 minutes. And with 10 topics, there are some topics that, especially if we end up spending a bit of time on one topic, we end up kind of sprinting through several others. And in order to get 10, at times we will end up grabbing less than stellar topics to fill in the full 10 list. So it'll be something that we're going to be testing out moving forward for a bit, especially while news is slow, so we can see if, because with 5 topics, I don't want the show, and Nathan agreed here, is that we don't want the show to fall under 30 minutes. So we'll see how 5 topics goes. And if there ends up being a day where there's just tons of relevant news, I mean, we'll do everything that is truly needed to be done, but we want to try and see if we can't give more love and more discussion to more important topics than just merely trying to fill in a full 10.
Yeah. We want quality, not quantity.
Which is why we made the change to 10 from 20, because 20 was all quantity and very little...
20?
20. All quantity and very little quality, and then we got to a good quality in 10, but as we have continued to develop and grow, that 10 has lost a bit of quality here and there. So we'll see what happens. Just stick around with us, and yeah. You ready to get started, Nathan?
Yeah.
Yeah? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Democrats see plot to fire Mueller and escalating GOP attacks.
Whoa. This is submitted by a lot of people. First of all, we're going to start with Vicar 0 to Our Politics.
Just give us those first 3, and then we'll follow up on the 4th one.
And it was also submitted by Vertali to Our Politics and by Wildcat to Our Politics. God, my back itches so bad.
Your back itches?
Yeah.
Good luck. So what it is that there are lots of members of the GOP that have been overly critical of the FBI and very defensive of Russia, which FBI, currently under Special Counsel Robert Mueller, is conducting an investigation towards the Russian involvement with the 2016 presidential election, trying to discern how much they did, how they did it, when they did it, where they did it, and who all was involved in it, if there was anybody that shouldn't have been involved that was. Well, the problem is that they are being critical of the people that are trying to protect America while trying to defend, the people they are investigating. And so what the Democrats and a few other people like Mr. Holder as well as a former House Republican are seeing is that these are building up to possibly leading to the removal of Special Counsel Robert Mueller from the FBI. And because if you remove him, he is one of the driving forces behind that special investigation. He was the previous director of the FBI. And so if he's gone, they believe that the investigation will just die or it'll stall.
And that's their ultimate goal, yeah?
Is it, though?
If I was under investigation, I would not want to be under investigation, regardless.
The interesting thing is it's not really even the GOP that is under investigation, and while they are looking into pieces of the Trump campaign, Trump himself, and it's not really under investigation either. They're just merely following the trails, which with most of what is being discovered so far, Trump actually doesn't have many ties to what happened.
So far. From what we've uncovered.
So far, yeah. But, they've also been...
But, let's be... All right, so let's be kind of honest here. At this point, it would make Trump, kind of like an idiot figurehead. You don't tell your idiot your plan. He's going to go all over Twitter and fucking blab everywhere.
Sure. But
it's kind of unfortunate that I'm calling president of the United States an idiot, but like a lot of people do that for a lot of presidents. So
I'm pretty sure they always have called the president an idiot because America is such a divided country. Like there's
we just want someone to point our finger at.
Well, and also so much of our country is 45% in one direction, 45% in the other direction, and 10% going, I don't like either of those directions. So no matter what, you have around 40% of the country going, that guy sucks.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Your goal is really to persuade that extra 10% there in the middle.
If you can.
Or at least 6%.
And that's where really, especially because we've talked about it before, so many of the votes in America come down to a few percent, 52 to 48, 51 to 49. Like, it could have easily went either way.
It's just some bullshit. I feel like it needs to be more divided. Not like drastically in one way or another, but it needs to have like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different fucking options.
Yeah, but in some cases it's a yes or no question, but in terms of like voting for people, I understand wanting more options, but you also have to get people to run for an election. So
not only that, but you have to get people to go and vote for who they want and not a lesser of two evils.
Well, and just getting people to vote in general can be difficult. But moving back on to special counsel with Robert Mueller, they are predicting that all of these increased attacks are trying to build up a distrust in the American people against the FBI and about this Russian investigation, saying that it is nefarious and that it goes against the purpose that the FBI was originally for, that the FBI is now becoming this predatory organization. But also, and the idea is that if Trump decides that he wants to get rid of Robert Mueller, then the investigation will take a massive blow. But Trump already has stated publicly recently, in just the last day, that he has no plans to fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller.
Yeah, but all right, so let's be kind of honest here. How many times has Trump said that he's not going to fire somebody and that he has absolute 100% trust in them, and then immediately, like the next day or the day after that, fired them?
Well, the thing that people are seeing right now is that, one, it doesn't look like there's much ammunition against Trump himself, or even much of his immediate family member or closest connections.
I mean, like your closest is like Eric Trump Jr. or fucking
Jared Kushner.
Eric Trump, not Jr.
Jared Kushner, Trump Jr. Are those?
I want to say Eric Trump had more stuff on him, right?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
In any case, but the other thing is that without a real concern for Trump himself, a lot of what they're looking at is if Trump files Robert Mueller, it's a lot of people see that as admitting guilt, even if you are not being proven guilty. And it would also be a level of political suicide because you are firing the person that's in some aspect investigating you, which they believe would just turn to immediate impeachment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Vivi asked, why would you say you're not going to fire someone if you're not thinking about it? There's lots of people that have been talking about Trump firing him or saying that he's going to or saying what would happen if he did. So
he's more addressing them than anything.
Yeah, it's more of all these people are talking. I'm going to say this in hopes that they'll stop talking.
It amazes me how much politics is really just a fucking game.
Oh, yeah. The entire thing is a political game.
Where the stakes are literally everybody in your country's lives.
Yeah. The whole thing is a political game.
It's insane.
4.
Hurricane Maria killed 64 Puerto Ricans. Another 1,000 died because the disaster response was inadequate.
This was submitted by Koget 4C to Our Politics. I was going to say 64 is a lot less than what I thought has died over there. Apparently,
that's because it depends on how you want to present the numbers. The hurricane itself only killed 64 people. Which, I mean, that's the number that was thrown around so many times, especially by the President of the United States, Donald Trump himself, was that, the devastation in terms of loss of life was not even comparable to, several other places. But the other places were able to recover and had proper medical staff and facilities to help those that were in need. Puerto Rico did not. And so that resulted in significantly more deaths afterwards and continues to lead to more.
Yeah, not only did they not have the proper response to their disaster, they continue to not have the proper response to their disaster because we have a giant child in office sitting in the big boy's chair, making executive decisions.
Well, and one of the things that when I read this, and I had partially debated not adding this story because there's not a lot more that we can add to this anymore. And there's not a whole lot that can be done on our end anymore. But the reason that I wanted to include it was not to ask people to help Puerto Rico, because the avenues for you, wherever you are, to do so are extremely limited, especially because the number of places that you could donate to, it is very difficult to prove how much benefit those donations actually do. I mean, especially because like there's a huge case against the Red Cross about how they were given several $1 billion to build homes in Haiti after the earthquake hit there, and they built 6 homes. So, and, you know, people normally are like, no, the Red Cross is always a good option. A good option, you know, they're a reliable place to, you know, give money to, and they'll help people. Not always. And, like, there's lots of other ones that it is not always that great. Also, if you ever are looking into donating to charity, do research on who you're donating to. March of Dimes, they get 1 dime out of every dollar you give them is what's given to help people.
Better yet, clear up your calendar, pack a bunch of fucking bags, and head out there and start helping.
Well, even that's really difficult. I mean, especially because of people's own financial struggles that they're going through, and you have to also be able, like, I don't know how much availability there is for someone to just walk over there and start helping. Especially because, like, you want to rebuild. What are you going to rebuild with? There's no materials there.
Driftwood. Duh.
No, Nathan. So instead, the thing that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention is, because it is so easy to be completely disconnected from things that happen around the world. There was a train that derailed in Seattle today, killing at least 6 people and completely shutting down a highway because it fell off a bridge. And it, to several people, that is just an event. That is a headline. It doesn't, it doesn't feel real because it's so far away. Same with, like, the bombings that have happened in France or London, or even the mass shootings that have happened in Texas or Florida. You can feel so disconnected from them because it's so far away. It's people you don't know. Same with, like, Vegas. The thing that I want to remind people, because it is difficult to help, that is very little that you can do, is remember what you do have, and do your best to not take that for granted, because you were not in that situation, and you may or may not have had friends that were in that situation. So if it is a situation that you can completely disconnect yourself from as something that doesn't feel real because it doesn't affect you in any way, take a moment and just think about the things that they lost, and take a moment to be appreciative of the things that you could have lost.
Yo, I know when I worked at the Boys and Girls Club, whenever there's a kid that was mad, in order to calm them down, we didn't sit there and go, calm down, calm down. You sat there and you talked to them. And one of those things that you would talk about is, how would you feel if this happened to you? And you're trying to, I guess people need to reflect on things more, really, about how they would feel if that occurred to them.
Empathy is a very rare trait, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it can be taught. You have to teach it.
Someone has to teach it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fix that.
I mean, unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath or whatever, those guys don't have any empathy. But that's like a brain thing.
I was like, that's because they're crazy, though, Nathan, so.
Yeah.
I need to highlight this so I can drop it into the video. So, just keep that in mind when these things happen, about what you do have that is valuable to you.
3.
CDC director says there are no banned words at agency.
This was submitted by Beachbum90405 to our news.
So one of the things that everyone might have seen being passed around the internet over the weekend was this it started on Twitter, and this entire ordeal around that the Trump administration had issued banned words to the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. And the words were vulnerable, fetus, transgender, entitlement, diversity, evidence-based, and science-based. Those were the words that
I
everyone
saw that floating around too.
Yeah, it went everywhere real fast, and especially because everyone latched onto it as like only dictators and fascists ban words. And so, luckily, this came out at a time when we weren't reporting and we didn't feed into that, and so instead we get to tell you what actually happened. Okay? What it is that in government, you get to play politics all the time, mostly involving money. If you are a government organization, me and Nathan both work for one, and I am quite aware of how these things work, and I don't know how much Nathan has heard about it, but your department has a budget, and you have to get a budget approved every year. And there are people in charge that can tell you no and can completely turn you off if they so choose. And so there was a meeting with the CDC, with, I can't remember the name of the other, the Department of Health and Human Services, so HHS, that said, when you are presenting your budget plan, it is advisable that you avoid these words: vulnerable, fetus, transgender, entitlement, diversity, evidence-based, and science-based. Avoid those words in your budget analysis and pitch, because those words have a good chance of hindering you at getting your budget approved. That was the whole thing. Which,
Yikes.
it is not banned words. The CDC will continue to use whatever words they want, as the director has come out and said. The idea was, in your political pitch to get your department funded, it is advisable with the people that will be building and approving your budget to avoid these words. In all of their reports and things that they put out in terms of the work they do, whatever. But in trying to get your money, it's good if you don't use these, because the people in charge react poorly to them.
Which is very unfortunate that you have to say shit like that in 2017.
It is, but it is also the game that we play.
It's so fucking stupid. I want one or two more administrations before I die. Maybe three.
You want to know
that are strongly based in science.
You want to know one of the things that bugs me the most about this game of government? On a state level, and I'm going to speak from Alaska because I don't know. I assume it's relatively the same in every other state. In the state of Alaska, the legislature decides and approves the budget. In the United States of America, Congress, which is the House of Representatives, and the United States Senate, builds and approves the budget. These are elected officials that literally could be the same as me and Nathan. And I do not have any business whatsoever in trying to understand, dictate, or decide the numbers to keep an agency running, because I don't know what the fuck that means.
I'm right there with you. I was just about to chime in and be like, "Oh, let me tell you," but you know what? I really don't.
That is why accountants go to school and economists go to school, to know how to do this shit. And I know some of them have accountants and economists that they will use as experts to discuss, but not all of them do. A very, very few of them do. And there might be one member that went to school for economy or accounting. And so,
they might not even have passed.
Yeah, it baffles me that people that have no legitimate training or any true knowledge of the subject are the ones that decide the money of how the entire government functions on every level.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. It makes zero sense.
If I need something fixed in my house, I don't call Nathan. I call my landlord. My landlord calls someone who knows what they're doing. But that's the point. You call someone who knows what they're doing. You call the plumber to fix the toilet. You call the electrician to replace. If you notice, I have better lighting now, and that's because the light right here to my left, that light is over front of our entryway, and it was originally, one, dim as shit, and two, just died. And then they replaced it with this nice bright bulb, which I was excited about because it gave me better lighting. But I wasn't going to replace that. I'm not an electrician. I'm not going to decide the budget for the government because I'm not an accountant and I'm not an economist. That's why you have those people do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you want me to raise your kid, I can do that, because at one point I was a child development specialist. Other than that, I can't really help you with much.
I mean, you can help people file their divorce paperwork.
Yeah, I can fill out Alaska divorce paperwork like a motherfucker.
Good work, buddy.
2.
Surgeon admits to branding initials on patients' livers.
Yo, we were talking about this. This was submitted by Matho to R Not the Onion. We were talking about this.
I know, and it came up, and I could not.
He admitted to it? Oh, you motherfucker.
Dr. Simon Bramhall, age 53, admitted in court that he had etched his initials SB onto the livers of 2 transplant patients in 2013.
Who just decides he's sitting there, he's like kind of hungover from the night before, may still be a little drunk, whatever. His hands are steady like a fucking rock because, you know, he's
nice and loose.
He's a surgeon, yeah. And he's just like, oh, God, I feel like shit. SB. Nice.
Well, and my question was this: how'd he do it? He used an argon beam, which argon...
Yeah, it's a laser that you use in order to cauterize things. And,
to coagulate
cut,
blood.
Things out.
And it's also used, to stop blood flow and the resection of organs. And he's like, oh, yeah. And, I mean, what he did didn't harm the liver in any way. It just gave it a small little mark on there of his initials. But at the same...
but that's branding.
At the same time...
All right.
My
Can you
brain
really blame the guy? Like, if I was a surgeon, and I'm going to be real with you, I would be a dickhead. I would definitely initial everything.
Surgery is like art, and I must sign my art. Also, all the story made me think of was Repo, the genetic opera of, there's fucking signatures and shit on the organs. And,
oh, yeah, and they got, barcodes and shit.
Be like, I'm gonna need that spine back.
Yo, did you hear? Did you?
Hear what?
That Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
God damn it, Nathan. A little glass vial?
A little glass vial.
I need to watch that movie again. I love that movie.
It's got Joan Jett in it. It's good.
1.
Donald Trump to drop climate change from list of national security threats.
Oh, this was submitted by Sheep Can't Fly to Our Politics.
You know those...
Oh, I found out I live with a climate change denier.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to know who it is, but don't say it right now. Oh man, that makes me sad. Echoing what I heard from behind me, did he step outside last week? When it was 50 degrees in December in Alaska?
Yeah, he has.
Did he?
Yeah. But historically, throughout all of time, things like that has happened.
It sure has, across millions of years. Not 50.
And it's not recurring like it is.
Nope. No, it's sure not.
So when did it start really? I don't know, around the Industrial Revolution?
Yeah, 1902, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's around there. That's really start.
Huh. Mm-hmm. No evidence supports this whatsoever. That is pure coincidence.
Not science, because you know what? Because you can't trust scientific, just anything scientific.
Yeah, why would you trust science? That makes no sense.
Because it's peer-reviewed science. So that it's a constant echo chamber of what they're trying to push for science. Can't trust science.
No, you cannot trust science. In any case, Donald Trump is to remove climate change from the global threats listed in his national security strategy, which is due to be released today, and was released today. And it is reversal of Obama's administration, which I really feel is the reason for it, is that it's oh, this has Obama's name on it. Scratch, write my name. Awesome.
It's really amazing how vindictive they are.
And it's not even just Trump. Trump's trying pretty hard, but it's a political thing always, is this doesn't have me or my people's name on it. Fuck that. Could you not?
Yeah, could you please? That's actually good for everyone involved. Like,
No, it's
literally everyone involved.
It being a national security threat means that we have to put time and money and resources towards it.
Yeah, no, I guess so.
Yeah. And yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. Good God, y'all.
The only thing that makes me sad is, like, by the time that they realize it'll be too late or they'll be dead and we will be left to try and literally put the fires out.
Yeah. And, I mean, and what we are hoping is that we don't eventually grow up into them.
You know, that really is a concern of mine. I'm like, man, if we can just, if things just hold together a little bit longer, these old fucks will hopefully be replaced with some young fucks, and all will be well. Because the majority of younger people have a significantly different outlook than all of these 70-plus-year-olds that are in charge of everything.
Yeah, and they really shouldn't be, because a lot of them, I guess, you know, wisdom really does come with age, but not on everyone.
Not if you don't keep learning and paying attention. Like, I mean, considering that they're like, well, you know, back when I was in college in 1980, I was able to work a part-time job, pay for my apartment and my entire school thing. And it's like, you have the wisdom of 1980. Congratulations. Do you know what that money gets us today? I can't buy bread.
No, absolutely not. I can't buy eggs. Yo, actually, right now I can, but normally, all right, I'm going to be real with a lot of you. Normally, I cannot purchase what would be considered the basics for a kitchen. Eggs, bread, butter. I can't purchase milk, but that's more of a lifestyle choice.
Did you get paid?
I did. I'm able to purchase them now.
Oh, okay.
But normally, it's not something that I can do.
Although it made me really sad and I'm going to keep this very, very general because I have to. There was a very young person that was applying to run for office up here, and I was like, oh, cool, sick. And then I got notice today that they don't meet residency requirements, so they can't run.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, shit. Well, sucks to suck, I guess.
That really does suck. I wanted to see some, like, really, really new blood.
Yeah. In any case, hey, Nathan.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
What'd you care about in the last 72 hours at this point?
From what I remember... oh, God, I had a really fucked up goddamn Saturday night. I got way too damn drunk. More drunk than normal. The thing that I cared about was that my friend is absolutely in love with the Pokemon Leafeon.
Okay.
I dislike Leafeon. I think Leafeon's garbage.
Okay.
So she decides that it's a good idea to make me a PowerPoint about why Leafeon is not garbage.
She should have made it a Prezi.
She made a very, very good PowerPoint with a lot of really good points. But she failed to realize some very important points about Leafeon.
Which is? It's garbage?
Leafeon has base 130 defense. But it's got base 65 special defense, and its only set is a sunny day set, and fire types get boosted damage in the sun. So in its own weather, if it gets hit by anything that's fire related, it dies. Now on top of that, she goes, all right, fine, then it can use dig. And I go, well, dig is a 2-turn move, so you start your dig process, and I'm going to send out a flying type. Oh, wait, it's a grass type. It's also weak to flying types.
You know, just because people can have favorite Pokemon that are bad.
My favorite Pokemon is bad.
It'll be okay, Nathan.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, you have to, like, if you like a bad Pokemon, just say that you like a bad Pokemon. I like Shuckle. Shuckle's a bad Pokemon. I like Ditto. Ditto's arguably good, but only after Gen 5. Fucking, I am in love with Kecleon. Kecleon is so much fun to play, and Kecleon is so goddamn bad.
It'll be great.
I love bad Pokemon, but don't sit there and tell me that Leafeon is literally the best Pokemon when your favorite Pokemon choice is hot garbage.
Absol's the best Pokemon, Nathan. Is it better than Leafeon?
Yes.
I was like, it's got some crazy-ass attack and can crit a shitload.
It is only better than Leafeon because it has a Mega.
Sick.
If it wasn't for the Mega, it would be worse than Leafeon.
So, just question real quick while we're on the topic. Do you think we will get a new evolution in whatever the Switch Pokemon game ends up being?
I hope so. They added a couple Pokemon in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in the form of Stakataka and Blastophon.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like Poipole and its evolution. My favorite Stakataka. Yo, Rock Steel type, beastly as fuck. 13 base speed with Gyro Ball. Yes, please. That thing makes me
They also added fucking Bahamut.
Yeah, we did. We did add Bahamut.
Quite literally.
Literally Bahamut.
They named it something else, but it's fucking Bahamut.
It's like ultra mega fucking. It's not mega. It's like ultra Necrozma, which was an existing Pokemon.
Yeah,
it just combined it.
It's Bahamut.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I don't know. Like, I really hope they do add another evolution. I don't think they will because they added Sylveon and they skipped over 5th gen. They went 4th gen, added evolutions. See, okay, so they were like, evolutions 1st gen, cool. Evolutions 2nd gen, cool. No evolutions 3rd gen. Evolutions 4th gen, cool. No evolutions 5th gen. Evolutions 6th gen, cool. Evolutions 7th gen, probably not. Will we get one next generation? Probably. And I hope to God it's a dragon type because that's the only fucking that's the only evolution that we haven't had for special typing.
Cool. Thing I cared about in the last 72 hours, I have no fucking idea. So we got paid, right? And then me and Jennifer went Christmas shopping on Saturday, and I really wish that we could get paid again. Because
I wish I got paid too.
Because suck. It's all right. I think I got almost everyone covered except for a couple of the bro dudes, and I'm just gonna be like, yo, bro dudes, you guys get to wait.
I hope you all know that I'm the present.
Yeah, I got you a present, Nathan.
Just be happy I'm not dead yet.
Jennifer did too.
That'll make one of us.
All right, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody. That has been your 401st dose of the internet. Please consider supporting us at patreon.com/dailyinternet. Follow and share us on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All those are at iReaditcast. Take the show with you with a 5-star review and a download on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and anywhere else podcasts are found. And you can submit your stories to our subreddit, which is r/iReaditcast, or send it to us in an email, which is feedback.ireadit@gmail.com. That's it. I'm Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
And please remember, everybody,
don't get loaded!
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye!